everyone. Welcome to a weekly live training where we help runners, triathletes, and busy high achievers stay injury free, train smart, and finish strong without burning out.
Even if you're juggling work, life, and recovery.
I'm Coach Shane Rolla. I'm a 2 times triathlon Guinness World Record holder, 48-time Ironman finisher as of right now, Ultraman finisher, creator of Smart Training Method, injury, and then also keynote speaker, high performance triathlon and endurance coach. And we are here to share you proven strategies that help athletes like you reach new levels of success without burning out. We also have here Coach Vineta, who specializes in swimming.
Hi, everybody.
Yes. Are you guys excited about today's training?
I am.
All right. Well, let me ask you this first, okay? Have you ever set a goal and the moment you said it out loud, you started thinking, "Oh shit, did I just did I just commit to that?" You were so excited and then now life comes in, reality, okay? And you start asking yourself, "Can I actually really do what I just committed?" Okay? And maybe that could be your first 70.3 or your first full Ironman. Okay. Or it could be your first what? Marathon swim, ultra running. Okay. First marathon. Or it could be your first ultra cycling, 200 miles, gravel bike race. Okay. Something that you've never done before. Something that it's more of like unknown, the unknown territory. You guys remember that when you sign up for that? Or maybe next year you're just about to do something like that. Okay. So now you start thinking, I don't have the skills yet. What if I get injured? What else have come up into your head? Okay, when you start thinking about, or what if? Okay, but here's the thing. Okay, if you keep focusing on all the reasons, like what if I get injured? What if I don't have time? What if I overcommit myself? What if I get burned out? The thing about it, if you continue doing that, those are the reasons that, like you can't do something. Okay, you'll keep finding them. Okay, and you'll stay stuck. But if you flip the question, okay, instead, you say, well, is this even possible? Okay. And you ask, what if it is? Right? What if it is? And guess what? Everything can change. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Actually doing something that you thought almost impossible. You never thought that you could even do it. And like I said, it could be, your first Ironman, first 70.3. But what if we talk about something huge, much bigger than that? All right. How to finish a 70.3, not just 70.3, actually two of them. 70.3 and a full Ironman. Not just any full Ironman. How about a hilly one on a bike? Okay. All right. In one weekend, injury free. Okay. And these are not just for athletes who are just, like, I want something big. It's for athletes that were in, maybe you're just starting out, like actually feeling out of shape, or you're feeling like out of breath and you can't finish a lap. Because our guest today didn't start wherein like he's known triathlon since he was a kid. Actually, he just learned triathlon and like, what is that Ironman? And that was only about 2 years ago, 2023. Okay. And then now, guess what? He's come a long way. From finishing, from not even finishing one lap in the pool, out of breath, didn't know, didn't even have a bike, okay? Was overweight before he went to Spartan. And he said, like, what else is out there? I want to push myself. And he just loves the sport and become unstoppable. Because what happened here is that when he started knowing Spartan, he was able to do it. When he was able to actually lost weight, okay, when he looked at the mirror, he's gonna tell you more of the story. Once he started learning the strategies and how the mindset works, guess what? He continued to use that, and I've witnessed it myself. Okay, I give the strategy. Of course, I show him what's possible, but it really is up to him whether he believes what I say, that what he's capable of. And again, it's really up to you right now. How are you going to use this training? I'm not showing you off, an athlete here. I'm showing you off of what's possible for you. Okay. Now, let me,
I want to
Vineta.
know who's joining us live here. So if you're joining us live, put hashtag live. And if you're joining us as this is a replay, then put hashtag replay. I want to
Okay.
see you guys in the comments.
Yeah. And today, listen and watch closely. And what I want is honestly, I want you to be part of this. This is your training, and you're gonna get a lot more if you actually participate. Okay. So if you have a pen and paper, start taking notes, start getting on like because you want to be able to actually write it down wherein you're actually putting it in action. Or if you can't do you don't have a pen and paper, get a screenshot so you remember it. The more often that you see something, the better. Okay. So I want to ask you, okay, this is the time, okay, when you actually announce what you want to make happen. What's the biggest endurance challenge you've taken on so far? And what are you ready? What is that thing that you've been wanting to do, but just scared or something like, is that even possible? Or maybe you're just curious. What if I can do it? What if it is possible? Put it under the comment. I want to know. Put that. What's your goal? Okay, what is that goal that you really want to achieve and you want to see what your body can do? Okay? Because if it's not right now, when else? Right? Time will fly. Everyone's going to keep moving forward. What about you? This is the time for you to put under the comment what is your goal. Okay, so almost end of the year. I want to know also where you watching from. Okay, which state, which country. I know a lot of individuals are actually following us. So put it under comment so we can go back later on. We can chat more. All right. So without waiting further, I want to introduce you guys to Jeremy. Jeremy from Michigan. How you doing, Mr. Jeremy?
Good, good, good.
How many Ironman have you finished so far? So I know we've met like 2023, 2 years ago.
Yep.
This is your third year. Are you counting still or you lost count?
So I've done four fulls.
Yes.
I don't know how many halves.
Four. Four as well.
Four half. Okay, yeah, four halves. But well, up until I don't know, we use the halves as training for the fulls, so that's kind of keep track of.
It's happened, right? But
Yeah,
I wanted to like just, like congratulate you again of what you just did. Okay. That was only September.
yeah,
Is that like just last month? Can you
yeah.
believe that? It's been only already 6 weeks already. You take all right. So this is what Jeremy just did. She did Wisconsin 70.3, okay, on Saturday. And then guess what? On next day, he did an Ironman. So he basically warmed up, did a warm up on Saturday. And guess what? And then went back to the transition to get ready for the bike. Actually, it's his wife, Renee, who was helping him out, dropping off the bike again for the next day's full Ironman.
Absolutely.
You did that 6 weeks ago. So you finished a full Ironman before 70.3. How is that feeling of you finishing a 70.3 first Saturday?
Oh, it was good. You know, my mindset going into it, as we talked about, is like it's just a warm up. I just kept saying it's just a warm up. I want to. I didn't push it. I tend to on the bike sometimes. I had intentionally held back, like I was told to, and it worked. So
Yeah. So you actually strategize it. And how was it? Because we're going to talk more about the actual race itself, but how about like when you were about to finish that full Ironman, Wisconsin, okay,
yeah,
on the
that's
second day?
that feeling was amazing.
When you realize that you did this 2 days.
Yeah, no, it was just knowing that you. Oh man,
Yeah.
just knowing that you put in the work, and that it's undescribable. But that feeling is why I do it.
When did you start, having this like I am doing this. I am actually crossing the finish line of the my fourth full Ironman after I just did a 70.3
I
day.
honestly like right around I would say 15. Well, let me back up. There was never a question of whether I was gonna. I knew I was gonna do it no matter what. I don't know. I have dumb confidence sometimes, I guess. But I would say like around 15 or 18 mile marker of the marathon. I'm like, I got it. I got it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
How was that feeling? Like, you got it, and you still have about
It just gave me goosebumps
eight
thinking about
miles.
it.
You were
So
feeling good, right?
yeah, it was amazing. I mean, and to just witness the human body, and I happen to be mine, just what it can do, like mind over matter. Being prepared, having a strategy, like it worked.
Yeah, yeah. Well, let's go back to how it was before. And like Jeremy, okay, when he reached out to me, and as you guys can see here, and
Yes, I mean, that would be the question from a lot of the viewers, like, were you always a superhuman like this? Yeah.
No, no, I don't consider myself one now, but I, um, no, I was working in I went into the trades, and then I got in the office, and then I was like, man, I'm let myself go. If you focus on work, life, and
yeah,
gotta do something. So then I just started working out and got signed up for some Spartan races, and then that progressed into let's try this one, let's try, and then I was doing ultras, and
yeah,
then I'm like, I need to conquer something else. Ironman sounds cool. I'm signing up. I'll figure it out. So
yeah,
I signed up first, and then I went to your, Ironman and Beyond, and
yeah,
it
yeah,
just crazy.
yeah. Well, you actually asked me, can I actually do an Ironman, and that was only 2 years ago.
Yeah. Those were my exact words. Do you believe that I can do it? Do I have what it takes? And you're no question. Absolutely. Like
And
the belief that you have in me then and still not, like, that's so powerful.
yeah.
I mean,
And by the way, everyone, when I said yes, you can do it, I did ask him more questions of like what
yeah.
he does, like I don't just sugarcoat,
Sorry.
yes, you can do it
Yeah, yeah.
without knowing like what you've been doing.
No, this was after like a few, like I would say 3 or 4 calls of
Yeah, yeah,
basically getting interviewed of my mindset and like what I do and how I process things.
yeah,
And
yeah. And honestly, like as I mentioned, a lot of athletes actually have lost weight. Just losing weight itself, it requires a lot of discipline. But
Mhm.
also doing it while you were raising your daughter, who's continue to grows up, right?
Yeah, well, she was 3 there, she's 15.
Yeah, 15. Like she's still a teenager,
Yeah,
right? And
yeah,
you're doing, and it's not like you don't have, you have a full-time job, and you're actually at the top of your company. You have a lot of responsibilities, yet you still go after signing up,
I do. And I thrive on stress, I think, of just just always busy and setting goals. And we set goals at work, and I set goals personally, and one plays off the other. I'm gonna excel here at work, and it pushes me in my personal life too. I love that.
Yeah, love it, love it. So
That does make me think like how one thing affects the other, because
Yeah,
it definitely does. It gives you, so you have this big achievement in one area, and then that confidence, it definitely translates how you show up at work next
hmm,
day.
yeah.
well, I want to ask everyone here who's viewing this one, is there anything, anywhere we're in, hey, I want to do that Ironman? Do you remember when you guys signed up for your first full Ironman? Because we're talking about Jeremy's first full Ironman when he didn't even know how to swim back then. He said like he didn't have the skills, he didn't have the bike, he only had a second-hand Peloton. And a lot of athletes have been reaching out to me, Coach, I don't have a bike. I need a bike first before I do triathlon. Well, for him, he just like, I want that goal. Let me figure it out. Because I do like the approach of Jeremy because guess what? He's not stuck. Instead, he's looking for the answers. Okay. All right. So Jeremy,
I'm wondering what were the biggest fears, self-doubts, challenges starting out? What
Oh man, swimming.
swimming.
I just I remember thinking, "Man, 2.4, that's a long ways. Like 2 miles."
Yeah.
Like, but I was like, "Hey, I'll figure it out."
And yes, everyone. So he actually shared the video, and he was gasping every he was gasping every lap. Okay, so he was muscling it. It was like, I gotta finish this one to the other lap so I can get some breath, you know.
Yeah.
And so, like, guess what? Well, what happened is that he was in the program. He soaked it all in. He was learning. He was coachable. Okay. And it's not just about learning how to do swim, bike, and run. It's a combination of also learning nutrition,
Hmm.
injury prevention,
Yep.
basically the entire sport, and how to balance it with the family and work. And what had happened, okay, were you expecting yourself to, well, actually, you know you want your Ironman. Guess what? He finished it in 7 months. And if you guys missed this one last time, if you want this one, put Ironman under the comment and we'll give you, okay, the replay of this, okay, because we're gonna jump into the back to back next. Okay, so this was where Jeremy, started. That was about 2 years ago. Okay, he did not know cycling at all at the time, and guess what? His first full Ironman was Ironman Wisconsin. That was 2023. Okay,
Really?
and he was hilly and he first full Ironman, okay, and he didn't know cycling back then, and he had limited nutrition, he had cramping, he definitely did not know how to swim back then, but he was able to do what, not just a full Ironman but also a half Ironman. All those one, you didn't have to figure it out. Do you need to have finished a sprint, an Olympic, a half Ironman before a first full Ironman? He did not have any of that. He had zero. He had zero bike. He had zero skill in swimming. Okay. But what he got is that belief in himself. What he got is that he just needed one person to tell him, yes, you can do it, Jeremy. A person who really who doesn't sugarcoat, who would tell right in front of you, yes, you can, yes, you can't, but here's what you need to do next.
And that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
Truth. I wanted the truth. Yeah, for sure.
So now I want to ask you, okay, because after this one, what you did is, like I mentioned to you, we're gonna talk about this back to back, okay? But I just wanted to tell you how much his belief in himself and applying the SMART training method, which is actually on this book here that I wrote, okay? So talking about those 5 pillars: training, nutrition, body maintenance, which is injury prevention, mental fitness, and race strategy. Combine that, you repeat that several times, plus the technique work. Guess what? Last year, he did an 8.2 mile swim.
That was a big one. I
Okay.
think a lot of people were very impressed by you having this goal, especially knowing that you came from gasping after one lap. Like that was a big deal.
Okay.
That was another one. I'm gonna figure it out. 8.2. I'm gonna figure
8.2 miles.
it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's not stopping, I'm telling you guys. And that's why we're going through this. I know you guys cannot wait for the back to back, but you will see that basically what he's doing here, he has learned, he has mastered the mindset, the strategy. In terms of triathlon endurance, we got that. We shared that to Jeremy. We give those tools, and he just keeps repeating it. He had the mindset, he had the time management, he has the support, the family, the community. Okay. But he's repeating that in leveling up and pushing forward. Now, I'm going to ask you guys, you're watching this one, what are the things that you guys are doing to continue to level up? What are the things that are helping you? And what are the things that maybe you're still missing? Okay. And that's the time right now. If you're feeling like I am unsure, if you're unsure about what's next and you're in doubt, there could be something that's missing with your usual routine. Okay, so I'm gonna move forward. Well, guess what? Also this year, besides the Ironman, the Ironman, half Ironman, he continued not just the marathon swim. By the way, if it's over 10 kilometer. This one is 8.2 mile. It's called marathon swim or it's called ultra swim. Okay. So Jeremy has gone to that. So he's, he has experience on that. He didn't stop. Jeremy, who actually started from cycling on a secondhand Peloton. Okay. So he's only had 1 year basically. On the second year, hey, you know what? I'm in Michigan. I'm gonna do a coast, coast to coast, 200 miles, 200 miles in a gravel bike.
Dang.
And also, this one is hilly as well, 6,500 feet elevation gain. Who here is like Jeremy, unstoppable? Put another comment, okay? And if there's anything, any questions that's popping up, put another comment. We want to answer that questions, okay? If you are like Jeremy, unstoppable, I just want to see what's possible. Are you starting to get curious? Okay. Are you starting to get curious? Maybe, you haven't really been, in this imagining, daydreaming of like what's possible. Okay. Because Jeremy really, he was like in Spartan. It's a, one world there, but he opened up. He saw other things. And then through just talking to me, hey, Jeremy, Jeremy, what do you think about this? Well, Jeremy, like before we get into the back-to-back thing, okay, back-to-back Wisconsin, what have you got in there? What do you think is happening there? How come? Is there anything specific that you have been applying that you're able to just go after your goal?
Um, commit,
Commit.
commit, commit early, commit and go all in. I just if I'm gonna do something, let's do it. And
Commit.
but that also means on the days when you don't want to, you make yourself do it because you're committed. I mean, consistency.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, I maybe missed one workout, one or two. That was probably it.
Sick.
And it was probably out of my control.
Yeah, yeah. I've been coaching Jeremy. This is his third year with us. Third year with us, Jeremy, and I can count with one finger or maybe two fingers wherein he missed a workout.
Hmm.
That's how disciplined he is. He's so committed. He goes all in, and he's very good in communication as well. Like, I'm gonna do this. Okay, I'm gonna do this.
And I almost think what it is for me is the fear of being in a situation in a race and doubting myself. Like,
Yeah,
what if I never wanted to have? Oh, man,
yeah,
I would. I'm getting choked up.
yeah.
I would never want to say what if. What if I'd have tried harder?
Mm,
So
That's
you go in, you do what you can no matter what, because
100%. Yeah, give 100. I don't believe in 110. It's 100%.
hmm.
Give 100%. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you've done that in basically all areas of your life, Jeremy. You're
Man,
you're a great
got
example.
choked up talking about that.
No, you're a great
I
example.
mean, this means so much to you going after these big things and really seeing yourself grow out of where you were and where you were headed. It's
And
very inspiring.
I mean, even when when you actually said this, when you look at the mirror, wow, I've made it into the office, but physically I have let myself go. And just being honest to yourself,
Hmm.
and it tells a lot because, like Jeremy started in
Yeah.
construction, foreman, leader, and now VP. The top
Hmm.
of the company, he went up. And as you guys can see, he practiced the same mindset, the same action, taking action, commitment, he said, from before, after. Someone, a great example as a dad, as a husband, okay? Really balancing. So you said commitment. So now going to your Wisconsin, okay? What made you commit to, what made you to commit to doing going back to your first full Ironman Wisconsin but not just doing first full iron, the just the full Ironman. You said like, you know what? I'm gonna make it interesting and
Mhm.
have a 70.3 prior to that. Tell me, what was what made you, what was motivating you to do that?
Well, so to be honest, the first year that I did Wisconsin, I remember standing in line in the corral for just the swim start.
Yeah.
And the announcer noticed the guy next to me, he had the 70.3 wristband on from the day before.
Yeah.
And I was blown away. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Like here I'm freaked out about
Full
doing
Ironman.
the first one, and I'm like, that's amazing. I told him, I'm like, that's amazing. Like just crazy. So ever since then, I was like, it was always in the back of my mind. Like I just, I for one, it was unbelievable at the time, but then I don't know, just working with you and talk, and
Yeah.
you threw it out there. You're like, well, what if you did back to back? I'm like, wait, what if? You're right.
Right? And here you are.
And then I'm like, okay, yeah, I did it. And
Was
so
it a hard decision to commit? What let's help other athletes who's trying to commit to something big, like, yeah, sure, I can say like what if? And
Mhm.
yes, if it is, then that'll be great, right? But what usually goes through in your mind in committing to something big that you have not done before? What's your process? Do you have a process at all, or are you just like, hey, Renee, I'm gonna sign up?
Well, I for sure talked to my wife,
Sure.
and I get buy-in from her.
Yeah.
I'm like, look, and as long as most times, I would say all the time, but I always talk to her and I make sure that she supports me. Like, are you good? Because this means this for you because I'm doing this. And so I always get by in there. And then after that, it's easy.
Okay, okay. So, but how about you internally? Is there anything at all? Like, how do you do, like, just commit to a huge goal that you have not done? So, like, if I say to you, hey, Jeremy, I know you can do this back to back. What do you think? What is that process? Do you say yes to me right away, or do you go like, what are the things that you weigh on?
No, for sure. Of course I think about it. But I like I like the unknown. I like, yeah,
Okay.
that sounds kind of cool. And the fact, like this year, there was 50 people.
Uh-huh.
That's it. So it's a small, and I like that.
You like that. You like
I like something that sounds on the crazy, but on the border of stupid. Like
I
I
know. From the thousands of people doing the half Ironman and the Ironman, there's the 50 crazy ones who decided
right,
to do both.
right, and so I think between both days there was probably 4,500 people between the 70.3 and the full, and there was 50 of us out of that many. Like I just think that's cool. Why not be in that group if you
Yeah,
can?
that's awesome. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I want to ask you.
I love that. What do you think helped you the most using the SMART method training that Coach Engel is always talking about, the 5 pillars? What do you think helped the most?
Um, I would say for sure body maintenance.
Body
Um,
maintenance.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Um, I I honestly I felt superhuman. I wasn't
Mhm.
because I was getting to the point where I wasn't even sore. I was just tired. Like some
Yeah.
and but yeah, it was a lot of that mindset. I had all of it. I follow the plan. Like whatever. I guess that's the main thing. Whatever the plan is and what's being suggested, follow the plan. You don't want to have the excuse of second guessing effort and I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Let me see this one here. Well, I'm gonna show you everyone. So we talked about the 5 pillars because I know some of the athletes here that are actually watching this video want to do Wisconsin back to back.
Okay.
Iron back to back. And a lot of athletes are like, all right, I'm gonna do swim, bike, and run. I'm just gonna do more of it. Okay. But
Mm.
then also you want to balance, what you're doing. Like you have work, you have family, right? And then the swim, bike, and run. So definitely this is the smart training method. Okay.
Mhm.
Training, nutrition, body maintenance, mental fitness, race strategy. Now, the body maintenance, Jeremy had mentioned the body maintenance, and he has been doing this one for since 2 years ago, since he started. So he had a good start, and he has been repeating it and actually not missing the workouts, even the body maintenance, which is usually it's only 10 minutes or 30 minutes, but it's a combination of mobility work, strength work, okay, really targeted exercise to the areas that he has the most trouble. So, for example, when he was cramping before, we look at muscle imbalance. There were more of the hip flexor,
Yeah.
okay, that's having trouble. So we focus more on the hip flexor and how can we get it stronger, his core as well. So those are the things that are also included in the training. The next thing also that he did not have to really think as much, but more of doing, okay, because Jeremy's like, just give it to me, the plan and I'll do it. And he does it so well. Okay. All he does is just like, coach, here's my schedule. He's like automated. Here's
Well, communication is big.
oh
I
yeah.
will say that.
Mm-hmm.
Communication with your coach is the most important thing that you can do. And you're right. I would every week I had a reminder on my phone to give her my schedule of what works for the following week, and
Yeah. Yeah.
it worked.
And then that actually goes through like when he was training for the 8.2 miles in Mackinac Island, the 200-mile gravel bike, okay, all those, and um, and then so now the next thing is the training itself, the plan. A lot of athletes, especially for athletes who's actually just going more, okay, they will just do back to back, okay. But we want to be strategic, and we want to make sure that we apply the technique, speed, endurance, and race skills. Not all of the workouts of Jeremy are all about going hard. You
Yeah,
know
so
that?
it's not all speed and it's not all distance. I want you to do this distance this day and this distance another day and this speed one day and this speed another day. It's all of these four components working together.
Okay. And then also really looking into the focus, okay, because we were switching focus, like there were times there were more of like more swims or more bike and then more run, okay, or also one of the things that we were considering on the plan is when Jeremy, his family had to move.
Yep.
He threw me some, hey coach, here you go, we're actually gonna move, and it's during our my peak training. So how was
Yeah.
that for you? Did you get nervous about that?
I did. I
You
was.
did. Tell me more.
I mean, I this house came along. Actually, I found the house on a bike ride. Just training on a day, and then we're just like, man, we gotta have it. And so we bought it. We made an offer. It's a long story, but we got it, and
Yeah.
we're like, oh crap. Okay, so we close August 11th, and that means I'll be moving.
You
Like,
were very busy, so about a month prior to the race.
yeah, well, yeah, because we had to get packed in our other house and get that.
Yeah.
We
So
sold that.
how,
Yeah.
how is that for you? Like for some athletes they will freak out, or like they would delay the move and prioritize the race, or they would not race because they say like priority first. But you were able to do things.
You want to know what it was? Because
Tell
when
me.
I called you and brought it up to you,
Yeah.
and you're like, okay, we'll figure it out. I mean, you did. There was like, you,
Yeah.
I kind of thought you were gonna say, "What do you mean? Like, what's going on?" I'm like, and you're like, "Okay, we'll figure it out."
Yeah.
And we did.
You did, and you finished it, and you're still injury free until now
Yeah. So I
for
mean,
past 3 years already.
yeah. I mean, it's the belief and just believing the belief because your coach knows.
Yeah.
I like that. Let's I think a lot of athletes have this question of how are you staying healthy and strong and injury free? all of these big races, these full Ironmans, double things, what are you doing that's keeping your body healthy, strong, and not injured or burned out?
Consistency.
Mm.
I yeah. I don't know. Effort. Um. I don't know. Like when you commit to something, you're gonna do it. For me, I just paid a bunch of money to
Yeah,
do this. I have to figure it out. Like I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah. No, you did a Wisconsin.
What about you, Coach Angela? Share
Well,
us what
well,
he
I
has been
think
doing
well,
to.
Jeremy's been doing it, which is consistency and actually doing the plan, because the plan itself already has it. The plan has been progressing gradually.
Yeah.
So he didn't need to think about it, but more of like he just needs to do the plan. The plan has already the strength workouts. The plan already tells him when to actually recover. The plan already tells him of like when to push. And whenever he gives feedback, then also that's where and there's more personalization.
Hmm.
So how is this plan doing it? Is there like an
Oh,
AI in there? Like
no, no.
how is this magically happening?
No, so Jeremy, what happens is that so I give workouts to Jeremy, and Jeremy is very good in giving feedback. When Jeremy gives feedback, we coaches, so we also have Coach Jeff, will give feedback to him. Okay. So when Jeremy gives feedback and he said like, Coach, this is what's happening, and then now if he says something that's not out of the ordinary, okay, and then we back off, okay, or we push more. If everything's good, then we push more, but also at the same time that's something that I do it on a daily and a weekly basis in regards to looking not just the volume, because a lot of athletes just look at the volume, okay, and to me, and that's why it's something that like for Jeremy when he gives feedback, and that's why I know about his hip flexor, that's what gets tight often, okay, which limits him. And I also did a run gait analysis, so I showed him when he was hill striking, and also when like his range of motion with hip extension was limited, and then those were also built in the workout in terms of actually applying those technique work as well.
So what you're saying is that you're building on top of what his availability is, then you kind of look at everything that he did the previous week, you analyze it,
Yes.
and then you come up with what he needs to do next
Yeah,
to get
yeah.
to his goal.
Yeah. So the workouts are created on a weekly basis. Okay. And
Hmm.
then on a weekly basis, sometimes, well, he's pretty good in following the workouts. And also, but also what's great about Jeremy is that he gives credit for the communication, but honestly, besides the communication, what's great about what Jeremy does, he's great in planning. Okay. I think Renee and Jeremy, they're pretty good in communication in terms of the family schedule. And then
Renee,
so
Renee gets credit on that one.
oh, okay, all right. So so Jeremy gives me the schedule, and then now I just plug it in. It's more of like how many hours can you actually do a workout? Okay.
Mhm.
He still gets his day off on family, which is a Sunday off. And yeah, we don't create the workouts, like month. No, it has to be every week.
Mhm.
And then even there, we analyze the data of how he did, because there were times when I was giving you some power targets that you cannot meet it, like for example the VO2 max, right?
Yeah.
So hard at the or like your cadence. And then those are the things, because at the time I said like we got to get the cadence up. So for some athletes they will just go, hey, I'm just going to go hard, but not really knowing how to cycle well and efficiently,
Hmm.
because doing that grinding effort can affect his running.
Yeah, I figured that out.
Remember that? Because what he does is that he used to grind and then grind the bike. And he goes so hard, high power, and that's all that matters. The triathlon is different. Triathlon has run afterwards. And his next goal was a back to back. So we need to strategize. We needed to strategize of how he's riding his bike so he has more legs on the run portion. Does
Hmm.
that answer your question?
Yeah, so is this helpful for you guys to see sort of behind the scenes of how the strategy and how things come together? Like
Yeah.
if that's helpful for you guys, I want to see. it in the
Yeah.
comments.
Well, I'm glad that she got the answer out of me.
I know
But that's
because
what
we don't always talk about like the details behind and like all the
it just
intricacies.
happens. It's on my brain. Well,
I know. I mean, people think sometimes it's magic or something, but you know, there's a lot of
there's
things that.
yeah, we
Well,
gotta
for me as the athlete, it is magic because all I have to do is do it.
do it.
That's it. I don't have to think about anything. I just have to do what's there.
And then listen and follow and
Yep.
coachable. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then for us coaches, what we do is look at the data, analyze it, and see where the improvement. And at times, sometimes I would see him like, "Hey, Jeremy, how come you have a break on the run? What's going on there? Were you having trouble?" Okay, so for example, on a long run, some athletes, like, "How come you didn't meet the pace? What were you feeling?" So we ask for all our athletes. What we do is that we ask them more questions. Were
Mhm.
like, were you fatigued, especially when you're training hard for a back-to-back Ironman. And Jeremy has a strong mindset. Jeremy would just do whatever you I ask him to do. He would be like, "Coach." But then sometimes I would see the data like, "Hey, what happened to the run?" And then he would say, "This
Mhm.
is what happened." Or actually, he would just give us a feedback. Okay. All right. I know the nutrition also played a big role.
100%. That we've had that dialed in for I would say since the first year, but yeah, it's
Yeah.
rock solid.
Um, and the nutrition has helped Jeremy in terms of the recovery. So a
Mhm.
lot of athletes just think, okay, nutrition, it's just for the 1 day workout. But it's really how Jeremy has been able to show up consistently and not be, lethargic on the next day because he has the right adequate nutrition. Okay. So for athletes, if you guys have not gotten the access to our training resource on nutrition, put hashtag nutrition, wherein I break it down basically that you do need, okay, carbs, calories, fluid, and electrolyte. Now, the next thing is that it's not just about what to eat or drink, because a lot of athletes, well, I drink this and a gel. So, yes, what is good? You need to know what works for you, but also the amount and the timing of it. The timing is important. Now, the next thing, it becomes a little bit more complicated when you're doing back to back.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, we say, like, for example, like, okay, we're doing a full marathon, and full marathon is easy, right? But now you do a full Ironman. But then now Jeremy had to do a 70.3 in a full Ironman. And what's great about it is because I've had experience myself of doing back to back. So the very beginning when the longest was double. I did try the double as well. Not try, but I finished it. Also double. I did the 10 times. Okay. I did the 5 times. The 5 times was my first Guinness World Record, which is at the back there. Fastest 5 Ironman in 5 days. The most that I've done is 23 Ironman in 34 days. 23. Ironman in 34 days. Okay. So I've given my knowledge and experience to Jeremy. How was that for you, Jeremy? And I know that you had Renee helping you out as well.
Oh, for sure. But honestly, knowing your experience also builds confidence in me too, because I have somebody that's been there, done like telling the truth. This, so if I'm being told that I believe in you and you can do it, okay, that's got to be true. She's got the data, like to prove it. So that's the belief is big for sure from somebody that's already accomplished things that I want to.
But I think Jeremy also, I like that you have the belief as well, but also for you actually being coachable and taking action because we do know like you were following. I was giving you so everyone. So what we did a race strategy call prior to his race, and
Yeah.
I gave him specifics. Hey Jeremy, you know we're gonna have you visualize this. Picture yourself. You're gonna finish that 70.3. It could be noontime, 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. It's hot. Here's what you're going to do. Here's
Yeah.
what you're going to focus on. Your focus is recovery. You're
Hmm.
not gonna chit chat so much. Save your energy. Because guess what? That's what my support was doing to me. Don't do any social media. Just focus on yourself. Go to bed. Save your energy. Don't even talk so much.
That
Just
yeah, we had from the time I finished, it was we had a plan of okay, as soon as you're done, you're gonna drink one 16-ounce protein shake and go immediately to massage.
hmm
After the massage, you're gonna drink another protein shake.
There's a timing, right?
Like just every like laid right out. Is
And I'm sure you walked that through to Renee also. Like, what are the steps that you guys
oh
did?
yeah, oh yeah. She knew everything, and she's the one that had it set up. Like
Yeah, yeah.
I couldn't do it without her.
Of course. Yeah, Renee's
But
been
no, we went from there back to the hotel, ice bath, eat, go to sleep, eat again, drink infinite. Like, I mean, we had it laid right out.
yeah, yeah. So I did tell him of like the exact amount. Okay.
Hmm.
And he's so good at it. So I always wanted to be like very precise when I tell him like the amount because he's gonna follow. He's great in following, Jeremy. And he did that. And I told him like, all right, by this time I need you to stop drinking water because it's to sleep. So now there's like really focus and really, breaking it down. Okay. Vineta? Okay. So anyone, you guys have any questions that popping up?
Yeah, we went into a lot of detail. Any specific things that are popping up for you guys?
Well, I think one of the things also, Jeremy. So, what are the things, if you still remember? I hope you still remember because I did read your race report. What are the one or top things that you experienced that are not usual that it came up during the actual race? And if you don't remember, I'll remind you.
Yeah, on the second day,
Sure.
um, I felt like my heart rate was a little bit elevated, during the swim,
Yeah.
and it caused me to like it was just I that combined with some anxiety of so many people and
Right. Right.
so I had to overcome that. And I did, and I just made it through. But
Yeah.
um,
So it's the elevation of the heart rate, right?
oh yeah, and I definitely couldn't push like I.
You felt, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to, yeah, go ahead. Sorry,
Well,
Jeremy.
I was just saying, focusing on the cadence. You drilled that in my head. When you get to the hills, focus on high cadence so you don't kill your legs. And it worked for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there anything else that were hard? Because by the way, everyone, the Wisconsin full Ironman, it's hilly. It's about 6,800 feet elevation gain. This is one of the hilly Ironman.
But
Yeah,
the course is awesome. I will say that.
yeah, it's your second time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and for everyone, like for example, if you are one of those who are wanting to do this double, okay, and if it's your first time experiencing this, and this one is honestly it's for any sport, if you push yourself hard, okay. So for him, sure, he said like it was like a warm up, but he still finished sub 7 hours on the 70.3 on Saturday, okay. So like I'm sure he could have gone harder because he was backing off, but he was still sub 7 hours. The body still took a toll. Okay. Now it's his first time ever to actually show up to the race next day. That elevated heart rate is basically telling him that he's not as fully recovered. Okay. And this is something that honestly everyone who had gone through to something new expect that you are likely not going to be fully recovered, and that's just the way it is. Okay. And because I myself I've experienced that, and whether that's where in it could be the distance or it could be you just really pushed hard. It could be a short distance and you won podium, and then next day your heart rate is elevated, and it's something that is really just honestly it's hard to control. Okay, you just do your best and actually manage through, which is what Jeremy had done. He still finished the swim within the cutoff time. It was still under 2 hours. Okay, he still did a great job, and considering that he already did a 70.3 prior. And I'm sharing this because this is something that I've felt, on those back-to-back Ironman that I had done, or even the Ultraman that I had done. Okay, but guess what? I have great news for you. For those who's going for ultra triathlon or ultraman, if you're thinking about it, or double stuff, because I've done that several times, the great news is your body, guess what? Gets adjusted to it.
Mhm.
Okay. The next time around that you do it again, if ever you do it again, Jeremy or whoever, your body is not going to be in shock. Your
Mhm.
body's more adjusted. It becomes normalized, you know? And that's why, like during the training, Jeremy was able to do the back to back Ironman Wisconsin because the training already tested him. The trainings that we give our athletes are usually much harder than the Ironman, okay, or the race itself, okay. We test the athlete, we already push them, okay, to extent to where their fitness is at. So that's why they show up so confident, okay. Now the next thing, like I said, when Jeremy said like, I'm not even sore, and a lot of our athletes are saying that I'm not even sore.
Mhm.
That's what you felt, Jeremy?
Yeah, no, I was not sore at all. Especially, you know, I do remember waking up Sunday morning after I'd done the half, thinking, I feel okay. Like, like
Like
I'm,
nothing happened.
I'm doing this. Yeah, like I just, it was a cool feeling. Like, yeah, it's hard to describe, really. I mean, it really is. I felt good. I didn't feel sore. Just maybe a little tired, but not bad. I mean, I can.
Yeah, yeah. And then
Awesome. That's really awesome. I have a comment here. He says, Jeremy has been a real encouragement to me
you speak
from
louder.
his comments on my posts and during group rides on Zwift to
Yay.
just his attitude and accomplishments. I'm getting there.
There you go,
Well,
Jeremy.
Inspiring others as well. I love it.
dude,
Just
thank,
being you, Jeremy.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Let me
Uh,
see this one. Go ahead, Jeremy. We were gonna say something.
no, I just, that's a good point, I guess. The attitude, being positive, always look at things in the glass is half full, and
Yeah.
good things happen.
Yeah.
Love
Yeah.
Love it. So, Jeremy, what would be your top three pieces of advice for athletes who feel maybe a little overwhelmed
With the
or
distance
with what
or
this,
the unknown,
yeah.
right? You do like the unknown.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you do like the unknown. So after what you've experienced with the, like how you've been leveling up, right? Because when you really didn't even do a sprint when you reach out to me, you're like, I'm gonna do for an Ironman, because
Yeah,
I you can do it, right? So what are you gonna? You're like yourself. And then when I said to you, hey, how about the back-to-back Ironman Wisconsin? And here you go, unknown. But there are some individuals who are actually unsure about that. They're scared, or they're afraid that they might hurt themselves, or
I would say to
doubt,
that
doubt.
if you have that feeling, then you're doubting yourself of your level of commitment. Like
Mm,
what does committing mean to you is what I would say to somebody that feels like that. Because committing to me means I'm committed. I'm all in. Like this is I'm all in. I don't know if that makes sense, but
no, it does. It
yeah,
does. So you're saying that let me make sure it does make sense. All right. So you're saying that when an athlete is in doubt, okay, they
mhm.
want your advice is more of like, hey, you got to be all in and
Yeah,
commit. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, do the work. Don't doubt yourself. Don't question whether you're going to do the work because that's really what it is, right? Because if you do
Mm,
the work, you know it can happen.
right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's more of like, like, okay, well, you got to show up and do the work so you get it. But if you don't show up, then of course you're not going to get it. So you
Exactly.
could be, if you're questioning yourself whether you can do something or not, it's possible that you're doubting yourself whether you are able to do the work that's required to get there,
100%. Yep.
right?
Yep. Yeah.
Or it could be also because they don't know how to get there and they just need to find another person to actually show the way.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's the good thing about being in this group is this is the way the way it's laid out. You just there's countless examples. Even before I even come along, there's plenty of examples of
Sure.
success stories, and the they just one. I'm sure there's one common thing, right? Follow the plan.
There you go. And be
Uh,
consistent.
do the work. I mean, it's not. Yeah, it's not that hard.
It's not that hard, everyone. All right. So let's see. I think okay. Videta, you want to ask more
I
questions?
love that. Any other advice or piece? You already shared so much. Anything else that
There's so much, Jeremy.
that pops out that you think is helpful for somebody to know?
Yeah, if someone's like wanting to go after for something, what would you tell them?
Go for it.
Go for it, right?
Like, stop doubting. It's just there's no better time than now, is what I would say. Because
Yeah. Yeah.
why put it off?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we're all getting older.
Right. I mean, I don't know. Stop talking about it and just do it. Man, I don't know. That's the
And what of the things, what are the other things that you think of, Jeremy, that helps you push to, better yourself?
um
Like who inspires you to better yourself?
my family,
Your
my
family.
daughter, my wife. Like I'd like being an example of setting goals and
Yeah.
like I don't know. It's just I like that. I like setting that example for my daughter. I want her to see that, and
Yeah.
I want her to do the same thing. Not Ironmans or whatever, but whatever she's passionate about. Set goals and be the best person that you can be.
Yeah, to be for your family. So
Yeah,
I honestly do think, besides that, like that you love the unknown, you love that, to see the limitations of your body is also because of, like you want to be a great example to the people around you, to your family, to your daughter.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, I think that a lot of people can relate to that because we all want to be, show up as the best selves that we can be and push ourselves to be there for
Yeah.
our family and the
yeah,
people we care about.
And yeah, and my recommendation for athletes, like if you're feeling like, hey, I want that goal, but something is stopping me, ask yourself as well, what's the cost of you not going after that goal?
hmm
When you actually stop yourself, is that actually limiting your confidence? Okay. Or is that what actually is telling you like I could have done better example? How can I be better example? Right? And Jeremy's doing that on his own. In different areas actually, Jeremy. Even at work, you're a great example. Your coworkers are doing already triathlons just because you did it even though you did not know how to swim back then.
yeah, yeah. That's true. Yeah,
Awesome.
Oh, well, Jeremy, again, like I said, we're very proud of you. The rest of the Feisty Fox family. I mean, you've come a long way, and it's been amazing to witness your growth. And as I mentioned to you earlier, you're like there should be like a Chronicles of Jeremy transformation. It's just like unstoppable. What's next? I'm actually looking forward of what's next for you, Jeremy. But right now, like seriously, we're so proud of you, Jeremy. And to everyone's watching right now, Jeremy's a proof that body can do amazing things only if you take action and actually allow it to see, to explore of what it can do. Oh, it's only you, and it actually starts here on your mindset. Okay. And there's no need to hold yourself back from big goals. Okay. And it's never too late to start because Jeremy, like he started of not knowing how to swim at all. Starting from a secondhand Peloton, didn't have a bike for since he was a kid. Okay, so you don't need a decade of training either. You don't overthink it. Like, oh, I'm gonna do, well, you can do a sprint Olympic, but for him, like, you know what? I want an Ironman. Okay, and I'll figure it out. Okay. And basically, you need the right people who believe in you, the right people who have the right strategy and believe in you that it's possible.
yeah.
And
I
and
do want to say. Oh, sorry.
Tell me more. Yeah, go
no,
ahead.
Um,
Good
I
turn.
I want to say that to everybody out there, I'm no different than you are. I mean, I'm just a normal person. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I want to leave that with. I'm just a normal guy that tries hard. I mean, that's it.
Well, I think, Jeremy, you actually find that system that you just keep repeating, and you know that. You don't even, like it's just within you already. I mean, it has become a habit. And you keep looking for it. You just need to, like, okay, what's the next goal? I'll just repeat the same thing. Because
Hmm.
guess what, Jeremy? It's the same thing that Vinera and I have been doing as well.
Yes, awesome. And
All right.
if the ones that are watching us right now, if you want help building that strategic plan, whether it's for an Ironman or ultra races, ultra running,
Or
biking,
back to
whatever,
back.
put
Yeah.
hashtag strategy plan in the chat and I'll reach out to you. So
Yeah.
see if we can help.
Yeah, and it's a free call. We're not even selling there. We just want to talk and see like what's the next big goal? Okay? How can we move you to the next step? Because don't get stuck. We don't want you to get stuck. That's why we're doing this training so you can see what's possible and you keep moving forward. If Jeremy was able to do it, I'm sure you are able to do that. Just take action. Well, thanks for joining us. And can't wait to see who steps up next. Jeremy, we can't wait for your next goal. And everyone, if you have gotten a lot of value today, put hashtag value. Let's thank Jeremy for his time. And thanks everyone for having us here. We always like giving free trainings like this for you guys. So till later. And thanks, Jeremy.
Thank
Yep.
you.
Thank you.